really brief because I'm sure the audience has many questions about everything that just happened. Yeah. Such a beautiful performance in so many ways. I would love to hear a bit about the mythology behind the performance, the Japanese mythology, and how you embodied that through your singing, through your gestures, through shadow and light. Can you tell us a bit about the story that you were acting out?
Yeah. Well, this story is mythology from East Java, where the place where I was born. I was born in the ocean called Brumbun, but this story is from the ocean called Klata Ocean. Klata Ocean has very specific. It's different ocean, not with the sands, but with stones in that ocean. So every time when the water waves came from far, like the sound like the stone made with the water. So that's why that's place named Klata. And we have like mythos about that place. Who stole stone from that place? If they back home, they will be bring bad spirit like devil or tuyul, like spirit to help to searching money, to searching lucky things. But when they have deal with that spirit, when they die, they will be as a follower of the bad spirit in the ocean. From the story makes the nature in the Plata beach now still very beautiful because no one stole stone, destroy the nature, so it's all still beautiful. That's good things behind all the scary story about that place. Yeah, and I was born from a puppet master Dalang family, so that's why this is like inspired by the culture puppet shadow from my hometown in East Java. But actually we use like many difference of not many, like just from Balinese, because we have here only Balinese, and there's Gunungan from Java, and several new puppet me and Mas Andy made in University of Richmond. yeah, maybe this, yeah.
I would love to hear also about sort of the push and pull between what is traditional and what is contemporary or experimental, and how you decide how far to bring things in certain ways. I think we all caught us by surprise, and you're like, hello. Like halfway through the performance, the cell phone moment in the middle of this, what had been seemed very traditional in some ways. So how do you push those envelopes, and how do you decide to do that and conceptualize that?
Yeah, for that session, when that's improvisation with chord, I never decide before. I just try to listening what happened and just trying to respect all the sound come in my heart, in my soul, to give like feedback from that sound coming in me, and then memoirs of the sound from my body and all of my life is come out. Oh, this sound like, oh, this is called hello. That's why I just like it was just like phone calling, like hello, and yeah, that's remind me when now it's almost my residency in University of Richmond, and PCU is finished in 29. So it's when I sing this and I dance this, like I feel like back home. So that's why. Yeah.
So this is your last performance in Richmond before you leave?
Yeah. Today is the last performance for this session. But I'm coming in November.
Should we turn it over to the audience? I can be a mic runner, actually. Give me 1 second.
First of all, that was just mind-blowing. I really just...
Thank you very much.
Yeah, I'm still processing it, but I want to hear more about the context that this emerges out of, as far as what type of scene your activities take place in back home, or what some of the contours are, or are there a lot of other people creating this synthesis of things, like this combination of elements, or I'd just like to hear more about the context of this kind of work and this aesthetic.
Siapa yang bantu saya translate? Oke, Mas Edi bisa bantu saya translate sebentar.
Kira-kira seperti bagaimana tentang lingkungan musik kontemporer? Apa itu musik kontemporer? Berapa komposer yang sedang buat seperti ini dan siapa gurunya kalau luar tradisi?
Contemporary music in Indonesia, in Java mostly, is now is quite alive, because I teach in Indonesian Institute of Arts for Gamelan Contemporary too. So now it's like kind of the music contemporary from the root, from the tradition is live, but is not too much woman in composer for in Java, because society like as a woman is normally is not work like just at home with kids, with husband, take care, cooking, so it's not too much people women in there is work or compose music. So but this the element arts between tradition and contemporary like this is quite rare too, not too much played in Indonesia, because maybe it's not too much people can understand too, like what happened, because mostly we play in tradition a lot for the ceremony from the human birth under death is with traditional puppet shadow, and in Java we don't have too much place to present like contemporary performance like this, but it's only like in Indonesian Institute of Arts. But maybe if you guys have an idea later, can collaboration in Java, make like huge big this place to make contemporary performances in Java, that would be so amazing, great. So please help us to keep life with these arts, with contemporary, on the contemporary way. Yeah.
Thanks.
Thank you. Masuk akal, Rara?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm interested to learn about the hand positioning, especially I think it was during, like the second song, because I've seen it in, I guess, paintings, traditional, some of the motions of the hands mean different things.
It is in the puppet performances?
Yeah, I'm wondering if I think it was in the second song, you had very deliberate, specific hand motions. with their hands.
Second song. When with the keroncong, like, or?
No, in the very beginning.
Oh, in the very beginning.
Yeah.
Second song. Oh, second song is my composition, Rara.
Maybe that was it, but was that intentional? Some of, you were making a lot of hand gestures that were, I don't know, can you talk about that? If it had meaning, or if you composed it that way?
Yeah, it's actually like element of the dance in tradition, in our traditions, like it's similar with the mudra in India, like this, something like this, like ulap, and also it's have a connection with what I sing in there in Warahse, because Warahse composition is talking about how guru teach to the student about love, about care, to continue the culture of the generation. So that's why I sometimes like this, like for like this, to see like very far. That is future. If like this, something beautiful. It's knowledge about culture, arts, gamelan, puppet, shadows, and everything. So when I dance in that space, is presence of there to trying to express. Yeah. Yes, that's express. Thank you.
Very beautiful.
Expressive.
Very
Thank you
beautiful.
very much.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ya orang, semakin nervous aku. Pak, bantu saya translate kalau aku nggak mau ya.
Can you explain some of the instruments that are being used? Specifically, some of the, they're similar to the xylophones. Thank you.
Ya, Mas Edi mau bantu saya nggak? Ya, Pak ini. Kalau ini gender, kalau ini this is gender from Central Java. It's in the cylinder scales. We have two scales in Java. I mean in Java and Bali have two scales, cylinder and belloc, and this is cylinder. And belloc is there. Masih little hot. That is belloc, and Mas itu apa? Gender wayang ya?
Yeah, this is Balinese, so there's no tuning standard. So tunings vary from village to village. So this is their slendro.
That's cylinder.
So if we play them together, it's actually not as far away as it was, but it's not the same.
Yeah. And this was
Oh yeah.
Bonang.
So if you want to see, this is a subset of the instruments at the University of Richmond, and VCU is a set now also from the embassy. This is about a tenth of all the instruments. And this set is actually Cindy Benton Groner's set, who is teaching it at Charlottesville, and we got it a few years ago. It's a really beautiful set. So you should come and check out a rehearsal. Penny's been running our rehearsals all semester, and it meets Sundays and Thursday nights, and it's free and open to the public.
Spin piano, maybe you can explain the spin piano too.
Oh, the string instruments, so you saw the string instruments at the beginning. That instrument is called a cello, which is
Cello.
perverse because C's in Indonesian are cha. And cello in English is like one of the few times we
Cello.
ever pronounce a C like they do, so they call it a cello. Just to, you know. But that came from the legacy of Portuguese colonialism. And there's a whole set of instruments, and she mentioned rumput, which is a kind of community string band that studies this music. And in some cases, it's the string instruments that were introduced to the then Dutch East Indies, on which they started imitating gamelan. So the kind of interlocking patterns on gamelan. So when I was playing it, it was actually more like drum patterns that you're playing on a cello. With the guitar, the very, very quiet instrument is kind of a hybrid between an instrument that used to be in Java and is depicted on the 8th century Borobudur, which is the oldest largest Buddhist temple in the world, not far from Peni's home. It's not played there anymore. It's played in northern Thailand, but we invented a new version of it with a wonderful African-American luthier in Orange, Virginia, who specializes in gourd banjos. And she made this new instrument for us. So it kind of has a banjo kind of sound, to it because it's got a skin. So, and the music we were playing for it is contemporary. So it sounds like very traditional, maybe, but it's not at all. So.
And this bamboo was it's
Oh yeah, so those are resonators from an old gamelan that just kind of fell apart. And so we took the resonators out and we were imitating the, if you hit them, you get a pitch because it's just a tube. So we were imitating the traditional rice pounding music, the lasong. Women will hit hammers and they'll do that in these interlocking patterns.
and gong transition.
Oh right, so the gongs, which is one of the few words we get in English from Javanese, we're actually running transducers through those, so we were using them as speakers. So it's picking up Penny's voice, and then I'm feeding it back through the gong. So the gong then likes a certain set of pitches, and it amplifies them, and then Penny starts interacting with the gong. So it sounds like feedback, but it's not really feedback. So it gets really interesting and complicated really quick. And we were doing it here as well, and we just sampled wave sounds, like from the kind of beach that she described. And then we're just like overdriving it, using the gong itself as the speaker membrane. It's kind of inside baseball. But.
I think there's a few more questions. Okay.
Hi Mbak En.
Hello, selamat malam. Luar biasa, Mbak Penny. Really beautiful, beautiful, beautiful performance. We were lucky enough to have Peni Candra Rini as a guest artist at William and Mary about a few weeks ago. But this is spectacular. I'm curious, did you say the song that you did was Waljina?
Yeah.
So you covered this tune. I'm curious why you chose it, and I don't know very much about that singer, but I'm curious why you chose to reinterpret it and what it's about.
It's a Wedang Kacang song. It's actually long time ago. It's very popular during Pak Presiden Soekarno, first president Indonesia, and Waljina has many times performed for the president. But after I don't know exactly what the year, but like long pause, not popular anymore, that song Wedang Kacang. And then when I'm come back when I'm here 2016, Hannah from Rumput Keroncong band asking me to, Penny, please teach me Wedang Kacang song. I don't know exactly about that song actually, but okay, let me learn and then I will teach you. And then I learned from Waljina recording, and then I teach Hannah, and then Rumput make like version in Keroncong Rumput styles. And I think it's so interesting. I mean, for now to reborn again after 2016 in Rumput, and then when I'm here, this song's so beautiful. It's talking about a broken heart, about something apa ya? Aduh mama, it's like unusual actually in Indonesia at that time during Soekarno era. Apa ya, bilang atau memanggil, calling mother mama because mama is adopted from English, you know, like maybe it's like the sign of the transition, how Indonesian language like stole from the English language, or yeah.
Beautiful, beautiful. Thank you.
Thank you, Mbak.
Anyone else? I think we have time for one more.
Bahasa Belanda ya? Oh, Mbak Julie say Dutch.
Killing me.
Dutch language. Ada lagi? Ada lagi. Ono meneh. Ono. Aduh, ono.
Hi.
Hi.
Thank you again. It was so incredible.
My pleasure.
Because you grew up in a family performing the traditional style. How does your family respond to what you do? Especially the women. I'm curious. You said so many of them serve very traditional roles. For you to have broken away, essentially. So.
Oh, thank you very much for this question. So remind me with how met my father when I did like contemporary screaming and dancing weird, not in tradition. It's it's a long story, but I'm really happy to share with you that story about how my father really like, this is haram, you did like tradition, not in tradition singing. Because I was born in very poor family, but my father have believed that future of you will not stay in the ocean, but you will go to the Gamelan Palace in Central Java, and there is place for Sinden crew. Sinden like traditional singer on Gamelan ensemble. That just simple. My father dreams about me and my sister to bring me to the Central Java, just only as a Sinden, singing in gamelan ensemble, in the puppet shadow and tradition. And then yes, after 14 years old, I moved from East Java to Central Java to study in tradition in Conservatory Karawitan, in Gamelan Conservatory in Central Java, in Surakarta. That's true. I can membuktikan, make draw of my father dream as a Sinden and okay, little famous that time. But I'm so sad to say that. And then I have many gigs performance with the dalang, master dalang from desa to desa, from village to village, from city to city, another in Indonesia, and get a lot of fans and money from Sinden in tradition. But after I know about contemporary music, when I'm here from the recording of my guru, Pak Iwayan Sadra in the Institute of Art in Indonesia, Indonesian Institute of Art, that Sunday make a recording in the some place in my campus, and then what kind of music? It is so weird, so beautiful. It's some of the tradition in there, but so crazy, amazing. I'm waiting in outside of the studio. I'm waiting, and then someone come out. Hey, I want to ask you, what is that music? What you record this music? And he said, this is contemporary music. Contemporary? What is contemporary music? Aneh, pokoknya yang aneh. It's just like weird music. Just weird music. Oh, when you will rehearsal, I want to come to your rehearsal. Okay, just come in every Friday and Wednesday in Sonoseni studio. It will be a crazy thing. We use traditional element, but in the new way. And then that's my first in love with the contemporary music. And then I came in there, and all the musicians there is men, no woman, no. They're smoking, playing, drinking, like it is so amazing, crazy, and it's an unusual woman in there. But I try. Okay, I just no gender, but I just come there and then just listen, and then after they have like gig in the Gamelan Festival in Yogyakarta. Then in the Gamelan Festival, my guru Iwayan Sadra asking me, Penny, I saw you are so interested to try in this music way, in the contemporary music. Of course, yes. Okay, now is test for you. If you can singing weird in front of this all the audience, and if all the audience love you, you can join in this group. Okay, this is challenge for me. Like just now you see that I'm singing like me in the contemporary, like in James Middle. That's I did also when I first time did contemporary experimental in my city in Yogyakarta. And after that, my guru said, okay, let's go to warung lele goreng. What's a lele bahasa Inggris? Catfish warung, restaurant catfish near of the stage. And then they have little meeting. Okay, how how the response of the penonton, of the audience. Audience so like it with my weird singing, and all the member of that band said, okay, Peni can join. That's like blessed of me, and that's okay. This is like new way of me to trying to creating something from my voice. And then after I graduate from ISI Surakarta as a traditional player of gamelan, I took a master for composition in Indonesian Institute of Art in Surakarta, and that's the way I'm more crazy in experimental vocal and dancing and singing and moving crazy. And that time I invite my father to come to my examination. My father like, what is that? What happened with you? And so mad with me that time. Then, oh my God, I'm sorry, Pak. This is a new way of my life in vocal, but I will not destroy our tradition. Don't worry, it will be tradition still in my blood, never lose. I'll always in there, and then will be stay beautiful in my soul. Don't worry. I worried if you will lose your tradition, and I worried you will not want to sing in tradition again. Don't worry, okay. Okay, after graduate, I'm lucky. I have opportunity like 2 weeks after I graduate as a contemporary composer in Indonesian Institute of Arts. My campus asked me as a lecturer in my own campus. So, and and I'm lucky. I teach in 2 ways of my singing in tradition. I still teach in tradition of singing in Sindenan and contemporary for gamelan. This is both life of I like it. Thanks God.
Thank you so much.
Thanks for all your questions. Have a great night, and thank you so much for being here.
Thank you so much.